Hello, my lovelies. It's Laura here, and I wanted to tell you a little bit more about the online Yin Yoga and Taoism training course for yoga teachers. I wanted to give you a sneak peek of one of the course's main resources. So this course comes with lifetime access to all of the videos, all of the trainings. It's live with me. It has an extensive workbook, but also it has a pretty damn epic PowerPoint presentation. Now I know death by PowerPoint, but here, let me show you all of the goodies that you can expect to learn in this Yin Yoga and Taoism training. It is just 8 hours, and yes, that is correct. You can train to be an epic teacher of Yin Yoga in just 8 hours. I have been delivering this course for over 6 years and have qualified well over 200 people to teach Yin Yoga. And how do I do it so quickly? By teaching you the philosophy, teaching you the principles, so you can then understand and intelligently apply that. So let's have a little sneak peek at the presentation. Now, this goes over a few parts. And in the course, you learn what is Yin Yoga, of course. What is yin, the roots in philosophy and Taoism. You do a little bit of Qigong because this is great for cultivating the yin energy. You also do a little bit of somatics, which helps your students to be more embodied and then to experience your yin a little bit better. We cover off the meridian lines of traditional Chinese medicine, and we look at key principles of teaching yin, verbal cueing, and sequencing. Said here's a little more information about classics of Yin Yoga. And we look at how actually Yin Yoga is nothing new. We go right back to the sutras. Stiram Sukham Asanam taught that yoga should have this steadiness and ease so that the seeker, the yogi, may reside in their own true nature. This is the essence of yin, and this has always been the essence of yoga. We look about how we got a little bit distracted from that and how we got very young in our yoga. And we look at the originators of Yin Yoga. We look at classical Yin, and then the pitfalls of how classical Yin is often taught in a very young mindset. So you don't fall into these traps. Things like having fixed hold times for poses with timers, using the language of challenge. Often people stretch too deep, hold too long, and come into that yang mindset. So we look at those pitfalls so you can navigate away from them. And then we look at what is the true essence of yin. Because when you teach yin yoga, you're not teaching poses. You're teaching an energy. You're teaching a philosophy. You're teaching a way of being and seeing the world. You're teaching about how yin is the unseen. It is the depths of our soul. You're giving someone the tools to experience life beyond what the eyes can see, to feel more than the heart can say. You really go into this essence of what yin is. We do a little bit of exploration around language, yang language and yin language. And then we look at, if yin is the unseen, the shadow side of the moon, how do you tangibly teach your students to connect with the unseen? And that is, the breath, interoception, feeling the body from the inside out. Being with our thoughts, our emotions, actually feeling energy flow in your body. So explore, how do you teach the subtle? And how do you teach the unseen? And then we go right back to the very essence of Yin Yoga. Yin Yoga is based in the philosophical teachings of Taoism. So we learn about these teachings so you can weave them through your classes. We look at some of the key principles of Taoism, such as the Tao, the Wei, Wu Wei, the energy of Qi. We look at the meridian lines, which is from traditional Chinese medicine. We go into some of the meridian lines so you can sequence your classes around them, such as the liver line or the kidney line. And we go through each of these and you get to experience them in a physical practice with me. Then we look at how you teach yin, the 3 tattvas, the 3 principles, coming into the pose, the appropriate depth. How do you teach your students what appropriate depth is? How you settle into stillness. What are the different parts of the stillness? And how do you inspire someone to be in that? And then we teach people not to hold with a timer, but to linger a while, We empower students to trust their own body's wisdom at when to come out of a yoga pose, not to wait through discipline for that timer to buzz off. And then in the second part, because that was all just part one, we look at some more of the kind of anatomy behind it. We look at the difference between yin tissues and yang tissues. We look at how you would support students with hypermobility. We explore fascia. What is fascia? Does yin yoga really work on fascia, or how best can you work on fascia? Then we explore some of the real teaching practices, such as how yin is passive, not using muscular effort, but using props to give stability. We go over again those tap buttons, exploring in more detail what is appropriate depth and how do you teach that? What is stillness? How do you teach that? And then I teach you the rhythm of yin. And this is really how you practically teach it, how you cue your students in basic setup of a pose. You give them primary cues. You then let them test the waters and fidget. You're not demanding stillness from your students. They need to adjust their props, come in, go out, try again. Then we're giving secondary cues as our students start to settle into stillness. We explore what mindful hooks are and how these help your students to relax into a pose. We explore how you come out, how you experience the rebound energy and the renew of energy before cueing the next pose. And even though it's online, we still manage to look at what is the yin touch. How can you use your hands to facilitate your students' experience of yin? Then into sequencing. How do you sequence a really delicious yin journey? Even comes with a little yoga planner to inspire you through your first sequences. And then we finish with a chakra healing yin journey just for you. So I hope that whiz through the PowerPoint helps you see how it is that you can learn to teach yin yoga in just 8 hours, because it comes down to understanding the principles, knowing the philosophy. You know, I am an educator through and through. I've been training teachers for over a decade, and my skills are in imparting this information to you in a digestible way so you feel empowered to go and share it with your students. So if you would love to explore that with me, it is in December, 2 parts. You can join me live. If you can't join me live, you'll get the replays. And it works really well on replays because you can pause, take notes. And then once you've completed the replays, you send me a little email explaining your takeaways, asking any questions. You still get that interaction, and then you'll get your certificate back. So come join me. It's a great, affordable, accessible way to add a new style to your yoga classes in the new year. Bye for now.